Hi viewers, today I am going to teach you about air conditioning system, which is a very important part of vehicles and machines. My lecture is consist on two parts. In first part, I will introduce how AC system functions, and also I tell you what are the components of the AC system and how these component works. So let's go. So before we go into the detail of the AC systems, first I want to talk about these basic physical, these four basic physicals. Number one, this is a number one is the gaseous state, number two is a vapor, number three is the water, and number four is the solid. So in order to understand the working principle of an air conditioning system, we must first become familiar with the physical basics of such a system. The four well-known conditions of water supply, also for the refrigerant in the air conditioning system. A refrigerant means the gas which we use in the AC system. Number one is gaseous and is invisible, we can't see this gas. Number two is vapors. Number three, liquid. Number four, solid. And if water in a container is heated up, absorption heat, the rising steam is visible. If the steam is heated up further due to the absorption of heat, the visible steam will turn into invisible gas. This process is reversible. When withdrawing the heat contained in the gaseous water, the gas will turn into steam, then into water, and finally into ice. So on basis of these four conditions, our AC system is work. So now we are talk about our basic condition of the system. So this one is the principle, very simple diagram which show you the principal sketch of an air conditioning systems. So here you can see this is showing the different condition of the refrigerant, mean gas. Here is a light blue, here it is a blue, this one is the yellow colors, and this is a light yellow, and after red. So we talk about all why this color changed and how the AC system is worked. So all air conditioning system are based on the same principle. They extract heat from the surrounding environment. Everybody knows the effects. If a sweating body is exposed to wind, it will cool down because heat is extracted. For this purpose, a refrigerant circulates in a closed circuit inside the vehicle. This refrigerant I told you is the gas which we use in the AC system. Thereby continuously changes its physical states between liquid and gaseous. A engine driven compressor one draws in gaseous refrigerant from the evaporator 5 and compresses it. During this process, the temperature of the refrigerant increases tremendously. The refrigerant vapor is then pumped to the condenser. This condenser is arranged directly in front of vehicle radiator so that a sufficient airflow is assured in the condenser 2, the gas is cooled down and consequently liquefied. In the dryer or liquid container, the refrigerant is then collected and freed of moistures and contaminants. The expansion valve 4 regulates the flow rate from the dryer back to the evaporator and circuit start again. So what is the summary of this one? This is evaporator, and here is our refrigerant, our gas in vapor forms, and this is the compressor which is driven by the engine. This draw these vapors and compresses it, and after compressing is compressed this air to this condenser. When this compresses, here you can see it's red, is a tremendously temperature increase of this refrigerant, and when this refrigerant reach in the condensers, and this condenser is arranged directly in front of the radiator, and the current and the air flow through this condensers, and what happen, these heated gas turn into the liquid, and this become yellow line is a liquid, and this liquid is collected in this the receive dryer is called liquid container is also called, and this container filtered this liquid, it freed the moistures and contaminates from this liquid, and after this liquid reach in this expansion valve, this expansion valve regulate this flow of liquid from the received dryer back to this evaporator, and this circuit again start. So now this one, these are the parts, original parts of this AC system. This is a compressor, this is a blower, this is expansion valve which is contained in this container in this modules, and this is the dryer, received dryer, and also is called as a fluid container, some people call this bottle, and this is the evaporator, this is also contained inside this modules, and this is the condensers. So these are the 6 parts which already we have talked about, but these 2 parts of pressure switch and the thermostat, this still now we next slides we talk about these 2 components and how, and these 2 components is used to monitor the complete AC systems. So let's move. First one is a function of the first is a thermostat, is how thermostat works. So this is a sketch, this is a small diagram which shows how we monitor and how we control the compressors. So this one is you can see switch, AC switch. Number 2 is a fuse. Number 3 is a thermostat. We are going to talk about it. And number 4, this one is a low pressure switch contact. Number 5 is the high pressure switch contact, and number 6 is a relay, and number 7 is a connection for magnetic clutch. Through this here we connect our compressors, and number 8 is a pressure switch which we talk about in the next slide. So what is the function of the thermostat? A frost protection thermostat, and we called it a frost protection thermostat. Its name complete is what is the work is to protect the evaporator against icing. The thermostat activates or deactivates the magnetic clutch for the compressor depending on the design. The filler of temperature control is mounted between the fins of the evaporator or attached to the evaporator outlet in suction side. The compressor off at about 1 degree Celsius and back on again at about 2.5 degree to 5.5 degree depending on the systems, and it's off at 1 degree Celsius and again it's on 2.5 degree or 5.5 degrees. So this is the main function of the thermostat. Its function is to protect the evaporator from icing. Now the last component is the pressure switch. This is the main same diagram which we previously saw in the previous slides. So now we're talking about this pressure switch. The pressure switch 8 is used as the monitoring feature for too high and too low pressure. The switching contact 4 and 5, these two contact, talking about these two contacts, affect the magnetic clutch of the compressor via relay number 6. They energize and de-energize this relay and our magnetic clutch is stop and start again. If the system pressure increase excessively, due to excessively soiled condenser. Why our pressure increase? Due to if there's a problem, if our condenser is dirty, means soiled, or failed fan, or defective expansion valve, then our pressure excessively increase. The high pressure contact 5 will cut off the electric power supply to the magnetic clutch when the set pressure is reached. So this contact number 5 shut off the clutch. The low pressure contact 4 interrupt the electric power supply to the magnetic clutch when the set pressure is fallen due to the lack of refrigerant, defective expansion valve, too low heat load, defective evaporation fan. So if these problem occur, our temperature become low and our low pressure contact disconnect the power supply. So since the refrigerant R134A is name of the gas which we filled in our AC system, has an evaporation temperature of 0 degree at over pressure of 2 bar. The low pressure contact number 4 is set to approximately 1.5 bar to avoid icing. So this is the brief introduction how our AC working and what are its components and how these components work. So in my next lecture I will teach you how we can diagnose any problem and how we can troubleshoot. So please don't forget to subscribe my channels. Thanks.